Alrighty, we are live, coming to you from the HomeGauge offices.
In Asheville, North Carolina.
Episode 10 of The Gauge.
10.
Woo.
We're double digits old.
We still can't, the gauge can't drink yet, but.
The Gauge can't drink yet. We have another, 11 episodes to go.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll have a cheers.
I'm trying to get everything set up. I'm trying to use one platform to be able to go live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. The problem is that going live on Instagram from this platform is a little tricky. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything's good to go.
Basically, Dan is doing an experiment and we're all part of it.
Basically.
So this will go one of two ways. It will work or it will not.
Yeah. So if somebody somebody internally can tell me if we're live on Instagram right now, that would be I'd be very grateful for that.
Yes, if one of our fans who works at HomeGauge is watching us and can tell us if we're live on Instagram, that would be great. And then we'll know that this experiment worked. I'm pretty sure we're live on,
this is telling me that we're live on all three platforms, but are we live on Instagram?
Are we live anywhere?
What platforms are we live on?
Are we live on anything, or are we just having our own show for ourselves?
Okay, not seeing live on Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to try this one more time for Instagram real quick here. Let's turn that off, and then we're going to go back here, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do...
Hold, please.
HomeGauge. Oh.
Wish we had.
Okay, how about now? Oh. I think we might be live on Instagram now. I think we are. Okay, but there's the other problem.
What?
That's what we look like.
Oh.
Okay, so.
I don't like that.
Let's see here. That's not going to work either, is it? Unless we get real. I don't want to get too close. Okay, so I'm going to do this one more. I'm going to do this a little bit different. Give me 2 more seconds here. Okay,
this is really fun. We appreciate you as waiting so patiently as we figure out what exactly it is that we're doing. The plants look amazing. I know that I say this every time, and I very much appreciate Sam, who is the queen of our office, for keeping them alive and flourishing so that we may have a green and happy backdrop that also helps purify the air that we breathe. I feel like there should be suspenseful music.
Suspenseful music. Yeah. All right, here we go. That is going to be. Okay, and we're back.
Are we back?
We're back.
Okay, I didn't know we were gone. All right. So, so wait. I don't even understand what's happening right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens in here, and I'm not sure what's happening.
All right, we are now live on Facebook, live on Instagram, and live on Facebook.
No, you already said Facebook.
Facebook, YouTube,
Instagram. Okay, 3 channels. And here we are. It's 106.
All right.
The Gauge episode 10.
The Gauge episode 10.
Halfway to drinking. Roughly.
Halfway to drinking age for the Gauge.
For the Gauge.
Welcome to the Gauge. For those of you that have never joined to one of these live episodes, we do these episodes. We try to do it every other Wednesday. 1 p.m. Eastern time is the new time that we've been shooting for.
Seems to work best for most folks.
Yeah, seems to be working pretty good. We've been having, sometimes we have some guests on the show, and so we might do it a different day here and there.
Right, depending on their availability.
Right.
So we're shooting for, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, roughly around those.
Just not Monday.
Not Monday. We won't do that to you Monday.
Not Monday.
Probably not Fridays either.
Okay, so Carla, I have something fun.
Okay, I can't wait.
Okay.
What you got?
So, are you familiar with all of the different home shows?
Like HGTV shows?
Yeah, HGTV shows.
Yes.
Which one's your favorite?
I really very much like House Hunters because I like to see people looking at houses, even though I understand that it's all like a game and they've already picked a house.
Right.
Anyway, so I like that one, and I like the renovation shows too.
You're right.
There's these two sisters that do a show, and they have they both drive VWs. They have these old vans, and they
VW vans.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
But I think they're twins, but they don't really look alike. But they are sisters. But anyway, they do these very cool renovations, and I really like watching their show.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I have.
Where are we going with us?
So, I put together for anyone that is just joining us. Let us know in the comments. Do you have any favorite home shows? Any kind of home shows from HGTV? Let us know in the comments if you have any favorite shows of those.
Did you get a prize?
Maybe.
Maybe you get a prize.
They might get a prize.
Let us know what your favorite home show is.
All right, so I put together a little game.
Okay, I can't wait.
Out of these options, which is the real home show?
Okay.
All right, so you have to guess which one's the real one.
All right.
Property Sisters, Property Brothers, Property Cousins.
The Brothers.
Property Brothers,
Yeah.
That's the real one.
Okay.
Bargain Mansions, Budget Bungalows, Breadwinner Beachfronts.
Which is the real one?
Which one's the real one?
The mansions.
Yep, Bargain Mansions. All right, you're 2 for 2. Okay, Tiny House, Big Budget, Tiny House, Big Livin', Tiny Houses on the Prairie.
Tiny houses, big living.
Yeah, 3 for 3.
Oh my God,
All
where
right,
we are
3
here?
for 3. There's 2 more.
I did not know these questions in advance. In case anyone's wondering if I cheated, I did not.
There's
This is all.
2 more.
Okay.
Farm Flips, Castle Flips, Fix My Flip.
Fix my flip.
Yeah, 4 for 4.
Oh my God. How many are there?
There's 1 more.
Oh my gosh.
1 more.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh. Okay.
Stay there, stay here, stay everywhere.
Stay everywhere.
No. Oh, so close.
That is very,
So close.
very sad.
You unfortunately you don't get the prize of having 4 weeks off.
Was that the prize if I got all 5 of them? Really? Yeah. Did our boss know about this? Did Paul McIntyre know
No, but
about
you
this?
lost anyway, so
Okay. So it doesn't matter. Now you can say the prize was anything because I didn't get it, right?
The correct one was stay here.
Oh. Well,
But
that sounds like I think they need some help with their branding. I think that's a terrible name of a show.
Stay here,
Yes.
stay there, stay here, stay everywhere.
That was the name of the show?
Stay here was the name of the show.
I thought
I
it was
made
Stay
the other.
Everywhere.
I made
them up.
I made the other 2 up.
I guess Stay Everywhere would be hard because then where would you even focus? It might be a bit too broad.
Looking at the comments here, Terry says Good Bones, mother and daughter show. So I was actually going to say, so Good Bones is actually my favorite.
Is it really?
It's a mother-daughter team.
Is this true? Or are you just saying
it's
that
true.
because,
No, it's actually true. I don't.
Larry said something.
I actually don't watch home shows. I try not to watch trash TV unless it's
unless it's on trash TV.
Well, no, it's not trash TV, but
that's a whole different conversation. We can talk about some trash TV.
Well, that's where I was going to go with it, but there's a lot of reality TV shows. I try not to get sucked into it unless it's on the TV, and then I get sucked into it because it's like train wrecks. You just can't look away.
It is true. And that's how I get.
But Good Bones, though, if you haven't seen Good Bones, I highly recommend it. It's a mother-daughter team out of Indiana, and they're just hilarious. And I think out of all of the shows that I have watched, they're like the realest. I feel like, yeah. So. All right, well, 4 or 5. Maybe you'll get them. Maybe you'll get it next time.
Maybe I will next time. So you made up all those titles?
Yeah. Which I personally liked Breadwinner Beachfronts.
That was good. That was good. Okay. Cool. So here we are today. HomeGauge has had a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Our last episode, we were in the middle of a 3-day training, and Stu Butler was kind enough to join us, and that was really, really fun. He was our first kind of official inspector guest.
Yeah, that was really cool. For anyone that hasn't seen that episode, I would highly recommend going to the YouTube channel.
4 stars. Wait, how many?
Huh?
However many stars. It was one of our good episodes. It was one of our better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so if you go to YouTube and you search HomeGauge, go to the playlist called The Gauge. The full episode of our interview. Our episode with Stu Butler of Butler Home Inspections is on YouTube, and you can watch the full episode from there. But yeah, that was a really good interview with him, and seeing how he found out about HomeGauge and how HomeGauge has helped his business with having the software all the way to having a website. And now he's going to be joining our SEO program as well.
He is. So, he's going to the dark side of the Google.
Of the Google.
Yes. But yeah, so I was watching it afterwards, and the only thing that's a little weird was he was in the room with us, and we have such a limited space. And I was in the middle, so I'm like the ping ponger. So Dan would talk and I'm going this way, and then Stu would talk and I'm going this way. Yeah. So it was kind of hard to frame it all up, but he's probably it's not going to happen often that we have in-person guests. Most people will be joining us remotely, so it will look a little more natural without me just whipping around.
Yeah, well, there's a new method. There's a new method that I'll try out next time.
Another experiment.
A
technological experiment.
That I'll have for next time. But it will be a lot easier for us to have guests remote come into the show. So we tested that out with one of our other members of the team, and that
worked out great.
That worked out
perfectly. Was that our Chelsea test?
Yeah, that was Chelsea's test.
Thanks to Chelsea.
So when we have other inspectors on or other vendors on the show, by doing it that method will work a lot better.
Right, because we'll all be actually in the frame and like we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to talk about, so this is our episode 10. And I was kind of thinking about all the episodes we've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
What has been besides the Stu episode? The Stu episode. Do you have any other memories from our past 9 episodes?
Oh gosh, do you?
I mean, other than the weird ghost light that randomly went out. We had a light go out just as someone was talking about ghosts.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't. Sometimes things happen on the technical end due to me, but that just went out during the episode for no reason.
Yeah.
They didn't even move.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
It was very weird.
Justin Kita, welcome. He says, I would watch Breadwinners Beachfront.
Well, okay, so side gig for the Gauge. Let's just come up with different shows and pitch them to HGTV and see what happens.
Yeah, I think we can come
I mean,
up with one.
honestly, it does sound kind of legit. And someone's gonna be like, I never even thought of that. You might want to trademark it. Someone's gonna steal your name, and all of a sudden there'll be a show called Breadwinners Beachfront.
Yeah. Susie HomeGauge says,
Susie.
I love when House Hunters has one person that's really superstitious and their partner who just has to roll with it.
Oh, when someone's looking for a house, then
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they like some of those couples, you're just like, there's no way that they're a couple.
How are you a couple?
So anyway, so this is the Gauge. For anyone that is just joining us, if you have any questions that you would like to ask about HomeGauge or the software or websites or Google or SEO or any of those things, go ahead
Or life in general.
Drop those comments into wherever you're watching us from. I'll see all of the comments from all 3 platforms.
Right. We're so advanced now.
Yeah.
Super fancy.
Let's see here.
But it did make me think, go back to, we've had a busy couple weeks.
Yeah.
We had the training, and then 4 of us, me and Susie, Caitlin, and Paul McIntyre, went to the IGO conference last week in Tampa, Florida, and that was really busy. And so I think we're all just kind of coming back to earth this week a little bit and trying to, back to real life without, in-person inspector conversations all the time. But something that when you were talking about the titles of those shows, and this is something that I feel like came up too in the training, as far as talking to people about the importance of branding and social media and why that matters. And this, I feel that was a common question during the training and also at IGO and when talking to people, because I think at this point, most people know that they need a website, but they don't understand how important the offsite stuff is that they do to help support the traffic to their website. So I don't know if you wanted to elaborate on that at all as far as branding and social media, because, your brand is everything. And when it's recognizable and you're doing things online to support it, then it just gives that much more authority to your website and your business.
Right. And it's just, when we're talking in those in-person trainings about all of the different ways that you can be shuffling traffic back to your site, right? Mm-hmm. And so some of those things, whether if it be making sure that your Google business profile is set up, that we talk about in every episode.
How do we manage to bring it up every episode? It's that important. We'll probably find a way to squeeze it in there.
Absolutely. And all the way to, making sure that you're being active on whatever your social platform of choice is. So I know.
Hopefully you have at least one.
At least one. I mean, I know a lot
that you're paying attention to.
I know a lot of people they'll use Facebook or they'll use Instagram, or there's a lot of inspectors starting to hop on the TikTok wagon.
The TikTok wagon.
The TikTok wagon.
All right.
I highly recommend jumping on the TikTok wagon.
You heard it from Dan. Dan has been on the TikTok wagon for a while and shares all sorts of things. I still don't really know how to TikTok. I don't do anything with it other than look at the things that Dan sends me all the time.
If there's one algorithm that works the best right now in making sure that your content is being shared with the people that want to see your content, it's TikTok. They've got the algorithm figured out. Your stuff it can get lost all the time in Facebook feeds, get lost in Instagram feeds. But if if you're in the home inspection industry, or like if you're a realtor, you're a home buyer, they are going to see your content so much more on TikTok, so much easier on TikTok, because the algorithm is dialed in. Now, I'm not saying you have to do crazy TikTok
I
dances.
feel like he's saying that.
I'm not saying that.
Or some challenge with like a bucket of nails.
Bucket of nails?
I don't know.
Like a bucket of water, but a
oh
bucket
my
of
God,
nails?
what if that happens and it's because I suggested it?
Well,
no, I was just thinking, I don't know.
What kind of TikTok challenges are you?
Or a bucket of hair. I don't know. Aren't there bucket challenges?
Well, there's
Or
the
is that like
bucket
that
of water
one?
challenge that was like 4 years ago.
All right.
5 years.
All right. So again, I don't know anything about TikTok.
But back to the moral of the story is, making sure that you are at least using one platform, preferably 2 or 3 platforms that you're utilizing for your business, and then also having a call to action in every post that you have to drive customers and clients and future clients to your website. By doing that, it's going to drive traffic to your website that ultimately will make Google happy and show that your website is active and that people are going to your site.
Fresh content.
Yeah, and then adding fresh content to your site as well. So.
So that brings up a good point too. As far as using social media to share your own content. So hopefully you have a blog or something else that you're putting out to add to the resources on your website. If you don't, you should. And anytime that you post something, be sure to share it on your social media channel with a link to it. Don't just take a picture or literally a screenshot of an image and then say, hey, check out something, and leave off links. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but we see it all the time where people are saying, contact me for an inspection, and that's all there is. There's not even a link to the contact page or anything that's driving, or to the homepage. It could be anywhere. But anytime that you're talking about your business in any capacity, in any way on social media, always make sure that there's a way for someone to click from that post to get to your website. So whether they book an inspection or not, if 10 people click on that, that's 10 visits to your website, and they're probably going to look around a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's a really important thing to do. Also, excuse me. Also, be sure not to use social media, and this is something that we have to talk about a lot. Some people will use social media just to talk about their services, and that's all they use it for. So It's like the megaphone, and every post is about, sign up for an inspection, or look at this, or look at this. It's also, just as important to engage with other people on Facebook or Instagram, or I don't even understand how you engage on TikTok. You just like things or comment on things.
Leave comments and things.
Same.
But that goes the same. I mean, that goes the same thing with what we're doing on the HomeGauge Web Services account on Instagram, where we post dad jokes on Wednesdays. So I'm not just saying, hey, buy a website from us every single day.
No.
Sign up for the software. I'm not saying buy every single day. I'm making sure that, we're posting dad jokes and different other things
we want to make you smile
and add different value to those posts. I've been seeing a lot of inspectors that they'll do kind of the same thing that I do with these icebreaker questions at the beginning of all of our episodes. Like I saw a local Asheville company, home inspection company, where they just kind of go around with a camera asking the different inspectors icebreaker questions, like what's a TV show that you've been watching this week, or just something like that, just to kind of break up the monotony of I do termite inspections and this is what I do every single day. Yeah. So making sure that you're breaking up your content between what you offer. Breaking up. Yeah. Okay.
And asking questions too.
Yeah.
what's your favorite season, or, just anything. It's like these icebreaker questions.
Yeah.
But also, it is the reciprocal thing too. It's like, yes, you want followers, but you should also be following accounts where you can share stuff from them. So say if you're following an account that has, that posts something like spring maintenance tips, or we're going into summer and maybe they have something about home security tips that you can share of theirs, that's going to help them reach more people. And at the same time, that them following you, when you share something, they're going to remember that you shared something of theirs, and they might share something of yours. So it is a give and take thing. It's not just all about your business. Or even, and I know Dan does this on the web services page. If someone's, kid graduates college, he'll pop in and it's congratulations, So feel free to, and it's important that you interact with other accounts too, not just on a business level, like your kid graduated and is she buying a house? Does she need an inspection, right? Just say congratulations. And it could be as simple as just liking the post, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's why it's important. Yes, you want followers, but it's also important that you follow accounts that you think will have valuable information that you can share, because that helps keep your feed active, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, or the TikTok.
Or LinkedIn.
We have had people ask about LinkedIn, and how do you feel about LinkedIn? Some people are saying that it's becoming more important for businesses.
Well, I mean, it is a business to business kind of platform.
It is, or like job seekers, stuff like that,
right.
the resume type stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is that too. But I still think that LinkedIn is important. A lot of people think that LinkedIn is important. Their algorithm is also improving, where it shows a lot more things to like individuals, and the hashtags have more reach on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. I don't personally use it a whole lot, but that's not to say that, businesses in general should be using it more.
Right. And we've had some people ask about that who maybe aren't super comfortable with Facebook or TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I have a LinkedIn. Can I use that? My answer to them would be, or to you, if that's you that we're speaking to, the answer would be yes. I mean, if you want to baby step into trying to maintain a social account and you already have LinkedIn, certainly share, your blogs there, and share industry information and tips that are going to help people. It's going to be any activity that you have on social that's positive and helping the community will benefit you long term. Yeah,
and the key thing with any of these platforms is consistency. Just making sure that you're being consistent on whichever platform that you choose. So don't just post something on there once and then forget about it for 6 months. Like, that's not going to help things out. So just making sure that you're consistent, and even if it's just like a couple times a week, or
I would say at least a couple times.
At least a couple times a week, but you do baby steps, just baby steps if you're easing into it. One of the questions here: what's new in the world of web and socials? What should I be paying attention to, making sure I'm doing? So yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about a little bit here.
We didn't even see that question.
As far as what we've been doing in the world of our web and socials. Our web and socials. So we have HomeGauge Web Services on Instagram, and then we also have the official HomeGauge account on Instagram that we are posting quite regularly on. Wednesdays on the Home Services accounts, Wednesdays we do Dad Joke Wednesday, and we do quick SEO tips on Thursdays, along with a feature showcase of any kind of new websites that we've built. We post those on Fridays.
Yeah, new website Fridays.
And then the rest of the days I kind of throw in whatever seems to be happening for that week.
Yeah, and the past couple weeks, it's been pretty populated with like pictures from our training and also from IGO. Whenever we have big events like that, we always try to make sure that we're sharing that we're out there in the world doing these things with good people and meeting people and talking to other industry partners and inspectors and stuff like that. So I know in the past couple of weeks has been pretty flooded with documenting, the training and also our IDO trip and travels.
Yeah, and so that's been
which is also important to do.
Right, absolutely. And then we'll start posting more other kind of like trainings and different SEO tips and software tips and things like that here soon.
And if we have new product, like if there's an update to a product or something like that, or a special going on or something that we feel like maybe something that we offer like HomeGauge payments, it is if there's a change to that or an update to that, or we're like, whoa, there's only X amount of people or certain percentage using this and it's a really great way to get paid online, then we'll try to share information about that as well.
Right.
So we do try to use it as a news source, but also we try to keep it as more of kind of like a small business resource, I would think.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
But then we also just try to be fun and have it be a dad joke.
Yes.
We're people.
Show that we're human beings behind in the office here. So
we're very human.
Susie says, I hear that a lot of my pals and from my pals in other industries too. Follow TikTok templates and you get rewarded with views and followers.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's like I said, like there's a lot of people on TikTok, inspectors, vendors, everyone. But TikTok's not for everyone. So it's fine. If it's not your jam, then
I'm not opposed to TikTok. I just don't know what to do with it other than watch the things that you send me. Like I would never make is it called a TikTok? Or a post?
A TikTok post, yeah.
All right. Yeah. I would never do that. So I'm going to be one of those people that I understand it's necessary. I know what's happening in that world. And I also need to be on TikTok so that Dan can share me all of the TikToks.
You know something I just recently heard?
What?
So there is something that's called the millennial pause versus the Gen Z shake.
Okay, what is that?
Okay, so millennials, right? When they go to record anything, like record an Instagram reel.
You're a millennial, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a millennial. When they go to record a video on like Instagram reels or a TikTok, they'll hit record and then they'll pause for a minute before they start talking because they're waiting for it to like kick in. Right. So that's the millennial pause.
Okay.
So Gen Z does the Gen Z shake, right? And so what this is that they'll hit record and then they'll like fumble around with their phone and then set it up and then start talking, right? And so they'll like automatically will start talking as soon as they hit record. Right. But it's like they'll be like oh yeah, but they'll like have the phone already in the correct position and everything. So they like make it seem like it was like a random video that they just started shooting.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, so they're staging it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well,
but millennials have to we pause after we hit record because we're waiting for it to like kick in. Because like throw them back in the record actual recorder days, or hitting record on a camera.
So question, what does Gen X do? Did we just creep? Is it like the Gen X creep?
The Gen X creep? I don't know. Maybe we should make that a thing.
I don't know. Where we just
you don't post
on TikTok. You
don't post any videos.
They just watch other people's videos because they don't quite get it.
Yeah, maybe. We're gonna start that. We're gonna see where
The
you start.
Gen X creep.
The Gen X creep.
All right, you folks heard it here first. Episode 10 to gauge the Gen X creep on TikTok.
Yes. All right. We are at 136. For anyone that is never been here before, we keep these the gauge episodes pretty short.
Yeah, we're actually a little over.
A little over. Keep it
But
short and sweet for you.
Things.
This episode was just kept us kind of loosey goosey a little bit. But if there's any other questions, let us know in the comments real quick here. I'm going to check on all of the different platforms that I have to check on.
You do that.
Do you have any upcoming? Do you have any info?
Well, yeah, I was gonna do something while you're doing that.
Okay.
All right. I can't.
What?
I can't remember where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember. So, if you can't make a show, or if you're watching this episode on YouTube, you can send any questions to ask@homegauge.com. And if you're unable to attend, we try to answer those questions as they come in, if they fit into the next show. So, well, not if they fit in, because we're pretty loose anyway, and we'll usually work around, what people are asking us, or the information that we're hearing, or questions that we're hearing, or if there's something happening, or if there's something trending like the Gen X creep. We might talk about that.
Yeah. Also, if you have any ideas for topics, go ahead and shoot those over to the ask@homegauge.com email. If you have any recommendations on inspectors that we should have on our show, let us know. Let us know let us know on any of our channels, or send it to the email.
Right. Ask@HomeGauge doesn't have to be a question. It can be a tell. Send your suggestions.
Yeah, send your suggestions of any inspectors that would like to be on our show, or any vendors in the industry.
And we do actually have some tentative couple special guests lined up over the next month or two.
Yeah.
That we're excited about having. So more on that when we get closer to it.
Yeah. So let's start the HG bucket of nails challenge.
Okay.
Okay, you go first. You go first.
What does it mean?
I don't know. But
okay.
I'm not going to find out.
Well, no, I wasn't. Yeah, I'm not suggesting a big bucket of nails.
We got one more question coming in. Will there be more in-person training for inspectors this year?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
There will be. Yeah, it was actually great. We had such a great time. We're planning, I believe, late September is what we're looking at.
Late September?
Yeah, mid to late September. So Asheville, North Carolina, if you've not been here, is in the beautiful mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains. And we have a absolutely stunning fall, which means that our tourist season and hotel prices go up like exponentially in October. So we would like to keep the costs down for folks traveling to come to our next class. So we are looking at September to beat those rate hikes that come up for tourist season when everyone's up here looking at the beautiful leaves.
Yeah, that'd be a great time.
Yeah. And we know that that's when the inspection season's kind of slowing down a bit, usually after school start back. So we were thinking that would be a good kind of coming off the season and giving you good homework and stuff to learn about the software and how you can, all the great time that you'll have when things slow down and all the great things you can do to work on your business.
That'd be a great time to have the next in-person training.
Yeah.
Be cool. And then we can go up on the parkway and do some photos.
And do some TikToks on the parkway with inspectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This has been a great episode. Join us. Actually, you know what? The next episode actually might be on Tuesday. Tuesday the 16th.
Because we're crazy.
Actually, it's our special guest.
We have a special guest on the 16th, so make sure you tune in for that, and we'll see you then.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.